There has been a lot of hustle happening recently with TD Jake, especially in his personal life. Recently, reports have been out which suggest that his son has been arrested in connection with indecent exposure. In addition to this, there are claims from a TikTok influencer alleging the involvement of TD Jakes in certain activities, including attending parties hosted by Puff Daddy where inappropriate behavior may have occurred. Let's dive into the truth behind all this. Thomas Dexter Jakes, better known as TD Jakes, is a prominent figure in the Christian community, particularly within the charismatic and Pentecostal traditions. He is best known as the founder and bishop of the Potter's House, a non-denominational megachurch located in Dallas, Texas. Aside from his role as a spiritual leader, Jake is a renowned writer, having authored multiple books that have achieved widespread popularity. A religious person like TD Jakes was seen at a party. Why? A person like this is now all over the media and is in the middle of a lot of controversies. How? People, including his bodyguard, have come up with allegations against him and all claim that he is much worse than he appears to be. Accusations of inappropriate behavior and possible involvement in dubious activities have surfaced, sparking controversy and concern among his supporters and the general public. Now, Jake is not like the other preachers. He has always managed to be the center of attraction over the media, and his church growth is coupled with his involvement with several prominent figures in the entertainment industry. This alone has brought him so much fame, something not all preachers in society have. Many people have now come up with accusations against TD Jake, saying that he is not a follower of his own messages and that he is just faking everything for his fame to increase day by day. He has also been criticized several times for his association with high net worth people, which most people find weird. However, Jake has never bothered to clear up any of these claims and does not even bother to take the time to clear the air. He has always followed a path of not paying attention to people who are against him. So what do you think? Are these allegations right? Is Jake actually a sinless saint? To make the controversies even darker, two individuals came up and spoke about the preacher not being an innocent man after all. They spoke about how inappropriate he was with them when they were younger. The most notable among these allegations is the arrest of TD Jake's son, Jermaine Donald Jakes, in connection with indecent exposure. This incident has raised eyebrows and prompted questions about the values preached by TD Jakes and whether they are reflected in his family life. When two detectives had caught Jermaine, it was reported that he maintained eye contact with one of the detectives and unzipped his pants, showing off his private parts to them.
Just recently today, I've heard from two other victims that so it's just a lot to talk about, that experienced the same thing that I experienced.
Even after the issue, Jake had been released from jail and no further reports had been disclosed. The preacher is a person who is against same-sex marriage and is a huge vocal opponent of the same. HIV and AIDS activists have even criticized him for undermining the prevention of the disease by stigmatizing homosexuality and drug use. Even after all that, his son had been arrested for pulling down his pants in front of others. It is anyway sure that his son had been arrested for a rather unusual incident. Jake had even once claimed that the Bible never taught him to pronounce two people as husband and husband or wife and wife, and has said that even the government is not aware of this, but the Bible is. He came up with all these statements, yet has emerged to behave like a proper hypocrite. The prisoner of TD Jake's son creates an extra layer of complexity in the issue in which he stands for the publicly known controversial stuff. Some critics might be accused of inconsistency in TD Jake's position observing his son's missteps should they appear as being against the values he touts. The stark picture of a high priest of moral order in the persona of TD Jakes and the unethical habits of his son elevates the issue of authenticity and integrity of the cleric, as well as heightens the level of speculations and investigations. Some may now claim that such allegations only serve to unveil TD Jake's personal life and therefore invalidate any words of wisdom he may have to offer. They could say that if he has been unable to keep a moral balance within his own family circle, this would be a good reason to doubt his authority as a speaker on moral and ethical issues. On the other hand, those in favour of TD Jakes may rally behind him, stressing the diversity between his personal life and his public part as a clergy. They could argue that everyone can make a mistake, including religious figures, and that TD Jakes should not be judged for that. Manasseh Jordan, who had been a former mentee of Bishop TD Jakes, has come up with allegations against him on TikTok. It should be admitted that the revelations by the TikTok influencer on TD Jakes and parties held by Puff Daddy, Diddy, have also added some layers to the already complicated scenario involving this well-known pastor. These accusations, if true, would be contrary to the public views of TD Jakes as a great preacher in the church circles for all these years. Inviting people who are renowned for their participation in the entertainment industry to college parties would certainly generate a reaction among some of TD Jakes' followers, especially when stories related to undesired behavior become public. Dealing with the issue of the person who occupies the position of religious leadership or engaging in religious activities and taking part in activities of worldly secular entertainment can generate tensions as well as raise questions about consistency and integrity. The power of technology-driven media platforms like TikTok has lifted these accusations to a new level, inciting people not only to suspect but also to argue on a broad scale among users. The fact that fake news or unverified messages can spread so fast on social media can easily be accepted as true, although sometimes it is not. However, the recovery is dependent on the way he addresses the issue and whether any evidence emerges to support or refute them. But until the situation gets clarified, professionals will surely be interested in the developments and hold such discussions since there have been such allegations. TD Jakes has recently come out and declared during a church service that he genuinely does not even have a shadow of a doubt in his mind of any wrongdoing and has been maintaining his innocence throughout the ordeal. But what deeply worries him is the rumors about his life among the people who ask for an in-depth investigation. The effects of these accused issues seem to reach even to TD Jakes himself and evoke questions upon the other institutions within the religious foundations as a whole. The situation surrounding TD Jakes unfolds and develops into a controversy, and so the sources of things must lead to a skeptical approach. However, an accusation should be treated appropriately, carefully, and thoroughly investigated. Let us wait and watch what else is yet to be revealed. If you found this video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Your opinions matter. Let us know your thoughts on the topic discussed in our comments section.